Speaking of heat, oh my goodness, you can feel it this week, can't you? This is Mike Moore with the Associated Landscape Contractors of Colorado, here to talk about some summer gardening today,
Indeed,
right?
yeah. Oh,
welcome,
yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
It is hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all feeling it, so are our plants right now.
Yeah.
What can we be doing right now just to help these guys out? I mean, obviously watering, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much we can do to fight the heat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the good thing is like living in Colorado is great, but we're faced with extra sun, dry air, and very limited water. So, you know, we need to do our best as home gardeners, professionals to really do our best to mitigate that and ensure success. So, two main things I want to talk about is just planting properly. So you want to be, if you want to plant new plants, like choosing what's called xeric plants or low water plants.
Yeah.
And there's just so many good varieties through the state. People are growing awesome plants. Here's some examples. I mean, so many textures and colors, things that will bloom at different times of the season. It's just something for everything. It's all but boring. So, you know, there's a lot of great choices. Don't have to use a lot of water, and they love our conditions here.
So that's really on the planning end, right? Like,
yeah.
choose
Thinking
stuff.
ahead.
Choose stuff that's not going to
Yep.
require a ton of water. And a lot of communities have watering restrictions,
Exactly.
what have you. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So plant
Yeah.
choice. What are these, by the way?
So we've got moonbeam coreopsis over here. This is a blanket flower. In the front here we have a perennial geranium, and this is Coral Canyon twin spur.
They look really pretty.
Yeah, they're
all
great, and
different
they're awesome
colors.
colors. And people think xeric and they just think rock. That's not the case. So
It's more just drought friendly.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then water is a big deal. And I also want lawns as well. You know,
Yes.
bluegrass will always have its place, but there's a lot of great alternatives. Fescues, there's some warm season grasses like Bermuda grass, and then the state's doing awesome research on native lawn conversions with seed. So if you can strip away some bluegrass and get some more native grass look, but low water, awesome.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, and then the watering practices, like doing the consistent smart watering is something else we can do to help the plants. And I don't necessarily mean smart like the technology for phones and controllers, those are awesome, but just great practices like not watering during the day
Right.
to fight evaporation, watering 3 times a week, watering deeply and less frequently. Those are all great things, cycle and soak, because they're going to create, the water goes deeper in the soil, the roots will follow, and that will create very robust plants. So
Kind of toughens them up a little bit,
yeah,
right? Makes them
drought
go chase it a little
yes,
bit.
yeah, drought resistant, disease resistance. When you water every day, you get these little roots on the surface, and all it takes is a problem with the irrigation system or a super hot day, and your lawn can crash, and your plants can crash. So we want to train them to be robust. And so that's two main things we can do.
These like little pieces of sprinkler
Yeah,
systems
these are
here,
high
basically.
efficiency components. So we got some rotary nozzles, some drip irrigation emitters.
Okay.
So that's all great. And then when it comes to if it's okay to jump into like the idea of is it too late to plant or anything, you know,
Yeah.
we're getting to the edge of where, you know, spring and fall is awesome time to plant, but summer and the entry to summer, it's been busy, right? So you still want to get a few things in the ground. With lawns, try to save it for the tail end and beginning of the season, but with plants, you just got to be prepared. And so that's going to be extra TLC for a little bit. So
Because of the heat.
yeah, you don't want to plant and then go away for a 4-day camping trip. You know, you want to have
Right.
a plan for someone to water that daily. You really want a couple weeks of daily watering, and then wean it back to that 3 days a week. You can use bits of shade cloth to take a little bit of that heat stress off, and then mulch. That's what this is. And so mulching to cover your soil is going to, again, stave off extra pressure from evaporation, and that's just really going to help keep enough water to the plant when it's getting over that hump of heat stress.
And I want to be clear. You said, you know, when you're thinking of your lawn, that's more spring, fall. Plants, could that be shrubs, bushes, or are you talking about flowers?
Yeah.
Are still okay to plant this point?
Yeah, all of it you can still plant. And honestly, as a landscaper, we have to plant all year long because we're just kind of keeping the projects going. So it's on us to mitigate how we, you know, deal with that stress. But yeah, these are perennials. You can still tuck some annuals in there, but you just need to be ready to use best practices, extra TLC, and then get into a really good watering rhythm with consistency. So
Extra TLC when it's already hot outside and you're busy with all your summer plans. So like, don't be, to your point, taking your 4-day camping trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to be out there looking at what you've done and looking for signs of extra stress and kind of helping mitigate that.
Okay, we're all out of time, but we appreciate your help. And once again, thank you so much, Mike, for
thanks for
coming
having
in.
me. It's a
And
pleasure.
happy gardening, everyone.
Thank you.
Beat this heat, right?
Absolutely.